Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu, where it's time for another update on the world of K-pop. This week we got the worrying news that EXO's Xiumin is symptomatic with COVID, Mnet promises transparency as Girls Planet 999 kicks off, and lots more news along with new releases from Sunmi, Somi, Astro, and lots more. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your pics in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Now let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news update for August 8th, 2021. And a quick note, next week's news video will be on Monday, August 16th. Just like 3 weeks ago, it'll be at the same time, but on Monday. Now let's start things off with some COVID updates as Korea's entertainment industry continues to grapple with the latest surge in cases in Korea. First, some good news though, as YG has confirmed that both Treasure members who had tested positive before, that being Do-young and Jungkwan, have fully recovered, which is a welcome update to be sure. Unfortunately, we have a new case to discuss, which is EXO's Xiumin. On August 5th, SM issued a statement which revealed that Xiumin had a negative PCR test on July 29th when he practiced for his musical Hades Town. However, a few days later on August 4th, Xiumin got tested once again, and according to SM, it was, quote, due to symptoms of changes in his health. All EXO members have since been tested, and thankfully they have all come back negative, but this does mean that all of them will be self-quarantining for 2 weeks as a result of that exposure. The major concern here though right now, of course, is that Xiumin is symptomatic, just like BTOB's Minhyuk was. While we don't know anything specific, we do know how that went for Minhyuk. He was hospitalized for 2 weeks, so I am wishing Xiumin the best and I hope that he makes a quick recovery. And with that, let's switch over to the new releases. We've got a rather busy week of fantastic new K-pop to get to, so let's jump right in and check them out. We'll kick things off with Sunmi, whose song You Can't Sit With Us is bursting with retro vibes both musically and aesthetically. Former Crayon Pop member Choa surprised us with some new solo music this week. Here's her song Dreaming. J Park and PH1 delivered an epic new gaming-inspired rap track with captivating visual effects in the song All In. Golden Child are trying to survive a post-apocalyptic world in Rapapam. BY, Kundi Panda, Son Simba, and Beyond gave us Maybe Yesterday, a collaboration with a really unique sound. Astro's comeback after midnight showcases the boys' infectious energy against a backdrop of summer fun. Rapper Gray is living the high life in his new release. Here is Baby Don't Cry. Jun Somi is back with a new high-budget MV for her new song Dum Dum. The pre-debut group formerly known as Good Luck Girls is finally making their debut as Skyly. Here's their hard-hitting debut song Fly Up High. Awareness's theater project continues this week with their new video called Shut Up But Go Crazy Hot. Shut up, but go crazy hot. Crazy hot. And last but not least, we've got Weekly, who are having tons of fun in their new song Holiday Party. As always, I want to know what songs from the week caught your eye down in the comments. My pick this week is Astro's After Midnight. You can always count on Astro to deliver a song that puts you in a good mood, and their latest song is no exception. And while we're on the topic of comebacks, I'd like to introduce a new section of the news called Comeback Watch. Starting with this week, I'll take all the new comeback announcements and put them together into this section before we get back to more news stories. First up is Stacy. They'll be making a comeback in September. Filming for the new MV has been completed already, and they'll likely be returning in the early part of the month. Kwon and B's solo album is coming a lot sooner than originally expected. The IZ*ONE member will be making her solo debut at the end of this month. And speaking of summer queens, Brave Girls may need to step aside because sisters Hyolyn and Dasum are going to be dropping a summer collab. The new song Summer Our Summer will be out on August 10th. BTOB4U is also joining in on the fun this month. According to Naver, we can expect a comeback from the subunit around the end of August. And with that, we'll switch back to some more K-pop news. According to Play M, Weekly's Jiyoon will not be participating in any of the girl group's promotions for the new comeback this week. She's continuing to receive care for her mental health issues surrounding anxiety. Get well soon, Jiyoon. In a worrying development for Cheshire's, CLC member Soren's personal YouTube channel, Produsorn, is now empty. It's unclear if the videos are hidden or removed entirely, but either way, this likely does not bode well for CLC's near future. Chris Wu's existence is being erased across Chinese online platforms. In the week following his arrest, Chris's accounts on Weibo, Douyin, Baidu, Tencent Video, and many others have been removed. His music has also been completely erased from music apps, and he's been replaced by the number 1337000 on credits for films and dramas for which he was part of the cast. This is a pretty unprecedented measure undertaken by the CCP, and honestly, I'm a little bit worried that we may not hear much from Chris publicly ever again. According to news outlet Munhua Ilbo, Mnet has paid 11 of the 12 Produce 101 trainees who were affected by the voting manipulation scandals. Mnet said the amount paid to them is based on estimates of what they would have made during promotions with their groups, but declined to share the actual dollar amount publicly. And while we're on the topic of Mnet, according to Nielsen Korea, Girls Planet 999's first episode has drawn a viewership rating of 0.46%, which is significantly down from previous Produce seasons. Produce 48 and Produce X101 had ratings of 1.1% and 1.4% for their debuts respectively, so we'll have to see if the show's ratings increase over time. Obviously, the first reason that comes to mind is the sour reputation of Mnet to hold a fair competition, which the company discussed in a presentation promising a quote, fair and transparent voting system. Mnet also promised to not unfairly allocate camera time among contestants, but frankly, it's going to be very hard to prove that they're not doing that. Do you believe Mnet's new promises, or do you think they're going to fall back into old habits again? Only one of member Love, whose real name is Park Ji-sung, has unexpectedly left AT Entertainment. He terminated his contract with the label for personal reasons, and fans have had no way to say goodbye as the idol left without any send-off. While this is really mysterious, AT has asked fans to avoid speculation on the reason for his departure to respect his privacy. BTOB's Minhyuk got a shout out from Dr. Tedros for sharing his experience with COVID-19 with his fans this week. And if you're wondering who this doctor is, he's the Director General of the World Health Organization. That's right, the Director General of the WHO praised Minhyuk this week for reaching out to fans to help prevent the spread of COVID. Sunmi will be guest starring on Red Velvet Seulgi's show Seulgi.zip. The Secret Uni reunion will be happening on August 10th. You can make it 9 weeks now. BTS's Butter is still #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It is now the longest running #1 song of 2021 on the chart, so congratulations once again to BTS and ARMY. Former Beast member Jang Hyun-sung has left Cube Entertainment. Cube released a statement which said in part, "We would like to deliver our sincere words of gratitude to Jang Hyun-sung, who worked with Cube Entertainment for the past 11 years since 2009. I personally want to wish Hyun-sung all the best in his next chapter." In some sad news, Pocket Doll Studios shared on August 5th that Daya member Yebin's father had passed away. My thoughts are with Yebin, as I can't imagine the pain of losing a loved one during this pandemic. And in our final bit of news, there are some interesting rumblings around Xiumin's plans to sell his stake in SM Entertainment. Xiumin is the largest individual shareholder, owning about 18.73% of the company, and it's believed whoever acquires the shares will have a significant say in future management decisions. Among the bidders are Hybe, who are offering more money than anyone else but are unlikely to win Xiumin over, CJ E&M, whose vice chairman recently returned to Korea to meet with Xiumin about this, and Kakao Entertainment, who are the frontrunner at the moment. Interestingly, there's also some speculation that American investment bank Morgan Stanley is also interested in a significant stake in the company. Alright, now let's talk about the complete lack of music shows this week. Thanks to the Tokyo Olympics, we had 0 broadcasts this week. None. That being said, Music Bank did still announce a winner for their show, and it was Dio. His song Rose has earned what might be the easiest sweep of a week in music shows ever. We should start to ramp up next week, given the closing ceremony of the Olympics is today. Alright K-popers, you're now officially caught up on everything that's going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about all the news that we got this week and the new music down in the comments. And as always, if you want to stay caught up with the K-pop world as it happens while having tons of fun every week, make sure you're subscribed right here to Hallyu.